But before that, you helped save my city from utter ruin. Take this with my heartfelt thanks. Dozens of people lie dead in the cathedral's rubble, including my father. I know I must carry on. Yet Archdruid Orlaith, she also took my mentor, the person I counted on my whole life. She murdered Raval. We must end Orlaith's madness. Somehow. I can't leave Vastir. Someone has to pick up the pieces, and that responsibility now falls on me. Find Druid Laurel. She needs to know that Archdruids Raval and Elec are dead. That Orlaith and the Firesong have the sacred seeds. She told us as the cathedral collapsed. She's going to proclaim herself the new Druid king. But while she has the seeds, she still needs the sower. Frii has a part to play in all this, but they'll need your help. Find them, friend. Keep them safe. Laurel and Frii remained at Glimmertarn to direct Stonelore stragglers and to avoid the Firesong. Make speed, friend. If Archdruid Orlaith seeks the sower mentioned in the dream, both Laurel and Frii are in danger. I can't bear to lose Laurel, too. As much as I want to confront Archdruid Orlaith at your side, I have responsibilities. I'm heir to my father's title, and his duties. From this day forth, I must think of the people of Galen first. They need to see that House Mornard still stands. Is there anywhere I can guarantee Frii's safety? Archdruid Orlaith laid siege to Vastir to get the sacred seeds. She will come for Frii. I trust Laurel to make sure Frii isn't easy to find, but that puts Laurel in danger too. Yes, of course. Laurel is a close friend. I doubt Orlaith would harm Frii. She thinks she needs the spirit. But we saw how Orlaith deals with anyone who interferes with her ambitions. I don't want to see Laurel share Raval's fate. Obviously it had something to do with the quake we experienced, but why only one structure fell, I just don't know. It does show that the volcano is becoming more dangerous. Raval said it was because the Firesong were neglecting their duties. Until recently, Firesong druids rarely left Ivyhame. They communed with Mount Firesong's spirit, singing it back to sleep when it grew restless. Or so I was taught by the Stonelore. They've always been secretive about their vigil on Ivyhame. Mount Firesong has rumbled my entire life. I wonder if it was the stirring of the volcano that woke Orlaith instead. The Dream of Kasorayn mentions the mountain. Perhaps it was the sign she was waiting for.
A dark day. I knew Archdruid Orlaith was dangerous, but I never imagined she'd inflict such reckless destruction on people who'd done her no harm. The Dreadsails are a spent storm, leaderless. I don't think they could muster another major attack. And the Firesong got what they wanted. Archdruid Orlaith has the sacred seeds. But I think we're a long way from safe. I saw Firesong druids sail off with Dreadsail's ships after Archdruid Orlaith buried allies and enemies alike. They had scores of captives aboard, people the Sea Elves captured during the attack. I can't help but wonder why Orlaith needs them.
Friend, what news of Vastir? Why are the spirits of the island in such distress? The very spirits all around us cry out in fear and sorrow. Even Frii says they sense a change in the sacred seeds. Tell me about the battle in Vastir. Is Stefan all right? I fear something terrible has happened. Archdruid Raval is dead? I knew something had gone wrong. The spirits of nature that surround Glimmertarn were acting so strangely. But if the Archdruids are dead, what happened to the sacred seeds? Blight and damnation. Frii told me they sensed the seeds stirring, moving. I couldn't think of any good reason to account for that, and neither could Frii. But what about Vastir? Does the city still stand? At least something good has come of all this. But poor Stefan. His father wasn't a friend to the Druids, but he mostly left us alone, unlike some of his predecessors. Frii said they felt the seeds calling. Maybe they can help us track them down. I knew this had to do with the prophecy, the Dream of Kasorayn. But for anyone to proclaim themselves the Druid King, even an Archdruid, it's just unheard of. That isn't how it's supposed to work. Talk to Frii. See if they still sense the seeds. I don't know. And our other Archdruids died in the attack on the Dreyfa. At some point, I'll need to send for an Elder or Archdruid from High Isle. But for now, we're on our own. In the meantime, I'll do my best to lead the way Reval taught me.
That which dreamed through seasons uncounted now awakens. The sacred seeds sing to me. Together now, they find their voice. They tell me to come to them. Soon, I must answer. You do not hear their song? I hear it. Yes, I can guide you to the seeds. They are my purpose. I cannot be kept from my purpose. Bound. Yet, there's choice. What is your purpose? In the direction of the rising sun. The point on the isle where that first happens. I will help you find the seeds and keep them safe until crown, staff, and gauntlet must flower. That time is soon. It is not for me to tell seeds not to grow. Go, friend, toward the sunrise, toward the song. I will walk with Druid Laurel, and we shall meet you by the sanctum of the last Druid King, Ivyhame. No, before they were distant, quiet, whispers and dreams. Now that the seeds are together, they stir again. They are finding their voices, remembering what they are, calling out to me. Seeds cannot unsprout, even if I ask them nicely. The seeds are together. I do not think they will want to part again, not before crown, staff, and gauntlet are regrown. If this is the appointed season, the seeds will grow. If it is not, no power can make them act against their nature. It would be wrong for Orlaith to take crown, staff, and gauntlet. Bad. But it is also wrong to deny growth when the season is upon them. How can I choose between wrongs? I have not learned to do that.
Ivyhame? I know that place. It's to the east, on the most eastern tip of the island. Frii and I will meet you there, friend. Go with Ifrei. Kasorayn, the last Druid King, didn't reign from a fine palace or grand keep. Instead, he set the Ivy Throne in a sacred vale, Ivyhame. It was the heart of the Druid realm in the early days of Galen. It fell into ruin after Kasorayn's death. While the location rightly belongs to all Druids, it was abandoned long ago. The Ivy Throne was sealed away after the Druid King died, but Druids of all circles once wandered the Vale and dreamed of the past. That is, until recently. Ivyhame has always been a symbol. The Firesong took control of the Vale when Archdruid Orlaith began to demand the sacred seeds. In hindsight, we should have seen that as the first sign of trouble. No, that doesn't feel right. I think we should bring Frii along. If Frii can sense where the seeds are, they can lead us straight to them. Or tell us if Archdruid Orlaith takes the seeds somewhere else. There's another reason, too. Archdruid Orlaith has demonstrated a talent for getting what she most desires. She found the Stone Lore and Eldertide seeds, multiple times in fact. To protect Frii, to keep them safe, we need to keep them with us. Go on. Be careful. There are more Firesong druids here than I expected. Archdruid Orlaith must be planning something big to bring this many of her circle from Ivyhame. Frii senses the seeds within the Veil. After all the trouble Orlaith caused to get them, she won't let them out of her sight. There's a door at the heart of Ivyhame. A place of the Druid King. It hasn't been opened in centuries. Maybe she's there? The Ivy Throne, or so the legends say, where the last Druid King held court. If she really seeks to become the new king, that's a good place to start. You and Frii check out the door while I scout the rest of the Veil. I'll catch up with you later. While I take a look around the rest of the Veil, you and Frii find the door to the Ivy Throne. It's east of here, almost to the coast. We need to find Archdruid Orlaith and recover the sacred seeds. Good luck, friend, and guard Frii well. For all my time studying the history of Druid King Kasorayn, that's been one of my primary questions. Is the Ivy Throne a metaphor? Is there an actual throne, like the one High King Emmerich sits upon? We just don't know for sure. Because so many of our records have been lost. The Druids were almost wiped out a number of times in our history, and the Druid King's sanctum in Ivyhame has been sealed since his death. No one has passed through that door in countless seasons. We shouldn't take any chances. Orlaith has accomplished things we never expected. If she made her way to the Ivy Throne, or whatever waits behind that door, we need to find out. And Frii might sense something, like they did at Cloage.
These ancient stones have a song of their own to sing. Memory. Mourning. A lesson to teach, yet the druids in this place do not listen. That way we must go. Where the sun rises, the seeds are not far. The seeds. Archdruid Orlaith approaches. Hide, friend of Laurel. Hide! Here, behind this rock.
The throne hall remains closed, Archdruid. The seeds won't open the door.
We've wasted enough time here. I must return to Ivyhame. Use every druid we brought here and find the sower. The seeds must be regrown. I'll sit upon the Ivy Throne when I am crowned king.
The seeds. Gone. So close, but now out of reach. Archdruid understands nothing. The seeds cannot be commanded. They must be asked. Invited. I sense another song here. Very old. It calls to me. Long ago, mortal hands taught the stones of this place a song. A promise. A greeting. Not a song for mortals. A song for me. I must look upon the door in the hillside. Yes, the sealed door that Laurel spoke of. The door the Firesong Archdruid could not open. At the top of these steps. The song of this place calls to me. There must be a way inside. Let us find it. locked by ancient power, but the stones sing me the key. Find the 3 Druid stones nearby and wake them, Laurel friend. Listen to the song only I can hear. Find the 3 Druid stones and awaken them. On the hills around us, search north, west, find, turn. Then the door will open for me. Yes, friend of Laurel. Powerful magic anchored by Druid stones. I hear them. They are not far. Find the stones and awaken them. 2 north, 1 west. Let them know I am here. Then the door will open for me. The song is not for Archdruid Orlaith. It is for me. The door will not open for anyone. It is waiting for me. Come, Laurel friend. Help Frii awaken the Druid stones. Then we can see what else the song wants to tell me. The stone awakens. The song grows louder. Good. That stone wakes too. The stone's awake. The door calls to me. All these long seasons, the door has waited just for me. Let us go inside, friend of Laurel. I have never been here, yet it feels familiar. These stones were told to remember King Kasorayn, and to wait for me. Yes, the song is louder in here, more insistent. It wants to fulfill its purpose, like me, like the seeds. The song is from King Kasorayn's season, but it is not from the Druid King. Not exactly. A little. His voice calling me from the green. The song of his magic. Strong and good. He gave me into the care of the weirds before my eyes ever opened to the light of this world. They tended me while I dreamed, until the Firesong woke me. The Firesong found my bower. They tore me from my slumber with words of binding, compulsion. I was young. I could not refuse. But Druid Laurel stopped them. They did not bind me. I can still choose. She brought me to Galen. Let me grow. Understanding. I was summoned to quicken the seeds, crown, staff, and gauntlet, but I do not know why King Kasorayn made them sleep. So how can I know when to wake them? We should explore. Learn. I will follow you. The song I feel in these old stones, it comes from somewhere ahead. We should keep going. Explore. Listen. Learn. I sense spirits called from the green, bound into the shapes of fawns and darker forms to defend this place. They may not know me. They have waited a very long time, forgotten themselves and grown wild. Be careful, Laurel friend. The song calls to you. Touch the moat, Laurel friend.
Welcome, sower of the dream. I am Avon, apprentice to the Druid King. King Kasorayn bid me prepare for this day. Follow this passage to the Ivy Throne.
The Druid King's apprentice. He is the singer of the song. He will guide us. The song is strong here. Touch the note and see what I see.
This stone tablet records Kasorayn's final dream. Dark betrayal followed by seeds of hope. We have punished the guilty, stricken their names. To heal we forget. But the sower must remember. Enter the garden.
Come, friend of Laurel. The garden is this way. Why did the song lead me here? Touch the moat, Laurel friend.
I prepared a cauldron and planted 3 herbs in this garden. The sower knows the elixir of Ifre's thoughts. Mix, drink, and see what I saw the day the Druid King died.
I am the sower, and I remember this elixir. Come talk with me, Laurel friend. The Elder foresaw this day, when I would be drawn to his song, and that I would not be alone. This elixir, it is the same as a potion the weirds used to commune with me while I slumbered. It connects the now to the then, the here to the there. Though I slumbered, I learned much from my time with the weirds. They would drink the elixir and commune with me, teach, talk, listen. Gather herbs from each part of the garden, and I will create the elixir. It will show us what the Elder wants us to see. We will become a dream, a memory, and in that way, we will remember. But it is you who must drink. Only a mortal vessel can understand a mortal memory. I will see, too, through you. Death Bell. A taste lets you dream with your eyes open. Foxglove. A mere pinch weakens the boundary between now and then. Fawn's Tongue. A potent ward against evil. Good. Something else is needed. Something of mine. Now drink. Together, we will walk in Elder Avon's memories.
Elder Avon, I need your help. The day I hoped to avert is upon us. A hunger for power will destroy everything we hope to build here in the archipelago. Now druids slay druids, fighting over a throne like the very elves we left behind on the mainland. I must end this. Has it been so long since you served as my apprentice, Avon? Have you forgotten the Temple of Ipholon? Our misguided brothers and sisters defile this most hallowed place with their violence. Followers of the All-Wither among the Firesong Circle. While most of that circle serve the cycle of creation, those who revere the All-Wither worship only death and decay. They seek to seize the Ivy Throne, to lead us into an age of unending darkness. I must return my regalia, crown, staff, and gauntlet to Frii. The season of the Druid King must end, for now. Meanwhile, we need to make preparations so my dream comes to pass. Escort me to Elder Verleen in the ritual chamber. This ends today. The ritual chamber lies to the south. Take the passage that leads up. Be on your guard, old friend. The followers of the All-Wither are already inside the temple. We must return the regalia to Frii before they stop us. From seeds were the crown, staff, and gauntlet called forth. To seeds we must return them. You have heard my dream, Avon. How the sower will one day awaken, once the schism that divides our people is finally mended. You're sure you're all right, Avon? The dream is my prophecy of two futures, one good, one bad. The sower is the key, a spirit I called from the green and left in the care of the weirds. Frii. You must prepare the message for them, as we discussed. These troubled times confuse even me, my friend. Verleen is my closest counselor. A loyal Firesong, all too familiar with the threat posed by those sworn to the All-Wither. He is in danger too, from those who call him a traitor to their cause. You need to know more than that they are here and desire our deaths. Forgive me, I share your confusion. We did not guess how prevalent the All-Wither's influence had become. Many powerful Firesong druids have fallen under its dark influence. A difficult question. Firesong druids revere the great cycle of creation and destruction, death and rebirth. But those who give themselves to the All-Wither see only half of this endless wheel. The dark half. They must not gain the Ivy Throne. Begin the ritual at once, Elder Verleen. Elder Avon, I require your assistance.
If you are certain, my king. Yet I wish there was another way.
The temple of
Elder Verleen has the regalia, and will begin the ritual. I hope that when I laid down my authority, when I left the throne for the forest, the shadow over our people would have passed. Now I see that more is required. Will you aid me, old friend? Remember everything you see, Avon. When the prophecy is fulfilled and a new king arises, the seeds must be brought here, and blessed by the sower I spoke of in my dream. You must preserve this moment to instruct the sower. Now, go help Verlene. We need the light of the moons to shine upon the sacred pools in this chamber. Mara's tear and Shandar's sorrow must witness and sanctify our deeds this night. Elder Verlene can tell you what to do. I must prepare myself.
I fear the Druid King is making a mistake. These symbols are gifts from Frii. For centuries, our kings have worn them with wisdom and mercy. I begged Kasorayn not to take them from those who come after us, but he insists. If we must do this, then yes, we need the light of Mara's tear and Shandar's sorrow. On each side of the balcony stands a Druid stone. Turn them both to face the sacred pool. That will call the light of the moons to sanctify this place.
Frii, hear us! Return crown, staff, and gauntlet to the seeds from whence they came!
This is folly, Kasorayn. You leave me no choice. Allwither, guide my blade.
Ah! Betrayed! Why, Verlene? Begone! I banish you! The followers of the Allwither. More insidious than I thought. A poisoned blade in the hand of a trusted friend. This proves I was right. Crown, staff, gauntlet. They must return to the green. You must help me, Avon. Gather the sacred seeds. Help me summon Erdir the Guardian. A powerful ally for the sower. A protector to ensure that only a worthy king regrows the seeds. Then, give one seed to each Druid circle to guard, to keep. Oak to Elder Tide, Rowan to Stone Law, Ash for the Firesong untainted by the Allwither. One last thing. Go to the Ivy Throne. Seal it. No one must enter until the sower awakens. Thank you, my old friend. Take the seeds. Go to the center of the chamber. Touch the mote of light. Touch the mote to begin the summoning. I will do the rest. Erdir is a spirit from the green. It will protect this place until a new Druid king arises. Erdir will keep its vigil until the sower decides the season of the seeds has come again. That task I leave in your hands. Rally the circles against those who follow the Allwither. Defeat them. Bind them in the mountain. Then, let them be forgotten. There can be no healing while Druids seek power and harm one another. Take your place. Touch the moat, and I will summon Erdir the Guardian. You have the seeds. Good. Now go to the center of the chamber. Find the mote of light. We must summon Erdir. Seal the Ivy Throne.
From the then to the now. Come, let us speak of what we saw. Dream. Memory. I walked with Elder Avon just as you did. I saw the one who called me from the green. Kasorayn, the Druid King. I understand much more now. Was not Erdir the Guardian wonderful? Wild and fierce, a spirit called from the green, like I was. It is bound to protect crown, staff, and gauntlet. The Firesong risk much to awaken its anger. Erdir waits, as I did. The Firesong must return the seeds to the place we saw in the then. The Temple of Ivyhame. I know how to call Erdir. A song of defense. It is my choice. Perhaps she may think she can bind Erdir, command it with crown, staff, and gauntlet, but King Kasorayn told some spirits to make their own choices. I am one, Erdir is another. We should find Druid Laurel. She will know what to do next. Druid Laurel studies the old lore, young yet wise. We must tell her what we learned from the Elder's memory. Let us try this passage. I sense gentle wind and open sky beyond. Spirits are bound to purpose. We do not change. But the purpose King Kasorayn gave me was to make a choice for him. He could not know how to make the choice, so he did not bind me. I can grow, learn, decide. To know the worthy. I am the sower, but I can choose when to quicken the seeds, and for whom. We saw the same memory. The choices that led the Druid King and Elder Verleen to the temple are forgotten now. But I know the Allwither. It is of the green, yet it hates what it is. It hungers for what it is not. Some betrayed, not all. Only those in the grip of the Allwither. Those are the ones that were stricken, forgotten. The rest were forgiven. I think Orlaith remembers, knows what others forgot, and so sees the dream differently. A path to power. Druid Laurel talked about it. It stands on the island of Ivyhame, a cathedral of the green, long ago, still sacred. Now we know Erdir waits there. I have never been in that place, but I remembered it in the Elder's memory. Firesong druids. Dead. Laurel's staff. Where is Laurel? Take the staff, Laurel friend. She would not leave it unattended. I understand the pattern of what occurred. Druid Laurel was scouting, came upon these Firesong druids. They fought. She was overpowered, taken away. The leaves tremble for her. So do I. I no longer sense Druid Laurel nearby. If the Firesong took her, they would go to Archdruid Orlaith, to Iphalon. A ploy, I think, to capture me. I would like to see the City of Stone. Find Laurel friend Stefan. He can help us. Laurel trusts him. Likes him. I will meet you in Vestir, Laurel friend.
Ah, Dulif, our friend returns. Where are Laurel and Frii?
Stay your weapons. I bear a message from Archdruid Orlaith.
Very well then, speak.
Bring the sower to the Temple of Iphalon. If you refuse, Orlaith will complete the prophecy with the blood of her prisoners.
You wouldn't dare.
Archdruid Orlaith will not be denied. Don't make her wait long.
Damn Orlaith and her Firesong. They took townsfolk prisoner before they fled, but we weren't sure why. Now we know. She plans to use them as sacrifices. Damn her eyes. Wait, where are Laurel and Frii? Didn't you bring them back with you? Laurel captured? Is there no end to this outrage? Our own forces are still recovering from the siege of Vestir, but even at full strength, we'd be hard-pressed to assault the Firesong on their island. What of Frii? Did the spirit return with you? Visions and prophecies, that's what started this chaos. If Orlaith can't get the sower, she'll use the blood of Laurel and my people to make herself the Druid King. Tell me you found something. Give me a reason to hope. I am in sore need of it. A guardian? You bring mixed tidings, friend. I can't bear the thought of Laurel in Firesong hands, but if Frii can help us defeat Archdruid Orlaith, I'll swear my house and life to the cause. Thank you. Perhaps we're not helpless after all.